Okay. Hi, guys. So much for hopping on tonight. I am going to breeze through these announcements as quick as possible because we have Nikki Minton here to chat about some crazy cool ideas she has for her challenge group. And so really quickly, the top 5 coaches of the week. I try to do the coach of the week on Monday. Here it is Thursday, and I can't remember if I've even posted it this week. That has been the week that it's been here. But I have been really consistent in my vital behaviors. I haven't been as present in our team page and all of these things, but I have been super consistent with my vital behaviors. So my plan is to kind of share this weekend what's really been working for me and where to put your heart's focus. But team top 5 coaches of the week is Kayla Krill, which is so exciting because I think this is her first time ever achieving this, and she has just been absolutely killing it. She's at SC 26 right now. She a little background about Kayla is she signed on as a coach in 2016, the same time that Heather and Rachel did. They did live coach groups, sneak peek groups together, and they still all talk about the time that I made them do a live page, and there was drunkenness, there was hives, there was like tears, there was all kinds of craziness, but it was just like those 3 just getting out of their comfort zone that first month that they were a coach was such a cool thing to see, and part of the reason why they are the leaders that they are now is because they, were okay with getting uncomfortable or getting comfortable being uncomfortable. So Kayla is at SC26. One of her brand new coaches is at Success Club 8, and she's a new mom. She's a nurse. She works full time, and what she's really just been doing is sharing the crap out of her workouts. She's been doing workout videos. She's been sharing what she's doing. She's sharing that she's having results, and she's doing it while being a mom, still drinking margaritas and having this lifestyle. So that's why really she's had such great success. And then Valen is just such a rock star that she's just kind of like, she has had a really good following to start with, and she's just been literally duplicating what Kayla's doing, and she's having great success. So just wanted to tell you guys that honestly, it's about being proof the product works, and that is where you are going to find the most amazing challengers and clients and coaches, because they want to be a part of this thing that's going to change their life. So Rachel has been in the top 5 coaches week probably for the last 3 months straight. I swear she never misses a week here. So congrats, Rachel. And her new coach, Jasmine, just signed up a couple weeks ago, and I believe is in month 3 of Success Starters. So after this month, and has she locked it in yet? No. Okay. So she's in month 3 of qualifying.
In March. March will be her 3rd month. She qualified for this month. Yes.
Okay, I got really scared that I just pointed out that she didn't hit her month 3 because it's the 28th. Okay, good. I was like, oh. And Michael is a mom of 2 years old and 5 months old. I'm sorry, I'm horrible. There's so many babies right now on our team. And I'm actually driving to see her and the babes tomorrow, but she's here, and her husband has been in training for military, gone for weeks. She has no family nearby, 2 dogs, and she is making this business and her health and fitness like a priority. So I love pointing that out, that when you're like, I'm too busy, I'm too this, I'm too that, there is always somebody that is more busy than you that's making it happen. I didn't realize my unmade bed in my background. So, and then Jen Martin, who is Michael's coach. So one of Michael's coaches is in the top 5, and anybody can be in this top 5 because it's my entire downline. So then Ultimate Portion Fix, we have a team training group. It's called, nope, don't remember what it's called. Something, yes, I can't tell you what it's called. No, can't remember. But I've shared it in the group. I can share it again, and you can go through the units and learn everything you need to know about the Ultimate Portion Fix. That lunch is 4th for us coaches. Oh, sorry. Mute yourself. Let me go in here and edit this. I can't. Sorry. I don't know how that didn't bothered me enough to change that at first. Okay. Ultimate Portion Fix. I have a team training group that I'll share again in the team page that you can go through all the units. It launches on March 4th for coaches, at March 18th for your clients. The really cool thing is it's the portion control containers, but it's also a really big educational component. So you have the option of just going through and getting all the educational videos from Autumn, or taking it a step extra and also purchasing the certification at the same time, which I feel like if you're passionate about nutrition, if you're really looking for making good results this year, nutrition is where it's at. You can't outwork a bad diet. So I think the certification and the Ultimate Portion Fix is for everybody that has goals that they are wanting to hit and has clients, or the potential to have clients that they want to succeed and give them a little bit more benefit than just, or value than what they're getting on their own. So I think it's just a great tool to add in and be like, yes, I'm certified in this, and you can talk that up. So our group, you can go through all of the units and see. Energized Fruit Punch is out. I sent every single one of my challengers that joined and coaches that joined in February a sample of this fruit punch if they don't have it yet. If they already did get the fruit punch energized, I sent them beach bars. I sent out Recover. I sent out shake samples. I went to the grocery store. I went to the post office and sent out so many samples today to clients, because you know what? Some people think that all we have to offer is Shakeology, and that is not true. So I sent out beach bars. I sent out energized. Guys, when I do this, 9 times out of 10, they will purchase that from you. So if you have some samples, or you need to keep a spouse account active or something, I encourage you to try something else and send them out to people that have already invested in you. And then 8:40. Let me do this really quickly. Top recruiter is Rachie. Success Club 10. Kayla is at 26. Rachel's at 18. And these were as of this morning. Jasmine's at 12. Brenna, new coach this month, I believe this month or last month, is at 10. I'm at 10. I believe I just hit 12, but whatever. Michael White is at 8. Melissa's at 8. Valen is at 8. That was the brand new coach this month of Kayla's. Heather's at 6, and Shayla is at 6. And we've got a ton of people on the board, which is super exciting. And you have 4 hours left to make it happen. So hustle until it's over. And but at the end of the day, don't feel any less if you haven't hit Success Club, because at the same time, you want to look at all of these lives that you were able to change because of you. And Success Club is not the end all. Yes, I feel like it's a good goal to help at least 3 people through the best possible bundled package together. But I want you to be proud of yourself and never end the month being like, I'm so disappointed in myself, because it's instead of looking back and being upset about what happened, it's looking forward and being excited for the lives that you have to change. So I never want you guys to be hard on yourself, and just be super excited. So total number of lives changed is 85. And I hope to end the night at least 100 for our team. That is so doable. So go after this call and talk to people. 500 plus for volume. Guys, I want you to track your volume. I want you to track your personal volume. I want you to track your volume on your left leg and your right leg. And I want you to track your team volume every week and see what you are. And your goal is to be at least 500. So you need help on learning what that means or how you need to get there, reach out to your upline. We're here. So myself, Melissa, Rachel, and Heather, congrats on being in the 500 club. So that was longer than 6 minutes. I apologize. Now, screen sharing is done. Yeah, okay. Okay, now really quickly, I want to talk to you guys about the Rachel Hollis cruise that starts March 11th. They must have Shakeology. They must have the portion control containers. This is a team-wide effort that we're also doing with Carly and her team. We are going to do weekly book club calls. It's going to have to, like I said, they have to have Shakeology. They have to have the container system. We're doing a weekly call on the new book, Girl Stop Apologizing. I offered the first 5 people to join me. They got a copy of that. And we are going to do this, starts March 11th for people, even though the Ultimate Portion Fix hasn't launched, it's okay. They just need containers and they need Shakeology, 4th to 11th. And then it goes to March 10th, I believe. So, still gives people a full 3 weeks at that time. So that's going to happen. There's going to be a weekly call, and then our team specifically is focusing on nutrition. So if you have any value to give, I know we have a couple people assigned week A, bracket A, B, C, and D, and then 4 weeks worth of those meal plans so that we can provide. If you guys have any nutrition information that's going to be helpful for the portion control, just send it our way. That's what our team is responsible for, is the nutrition portion. They are doing the Rachel Hollis, so anything that you can do to help. And I encourage you all to do weekly meal plans, weekly shopping list, and share it with your clients, because it's going to keep you accountable and it's going to add epic value to your coaches. So that being said, that 6-minute introduction didn't quite go as planned. And I want to introduce Nikki, who I have buddied with her and Carly this year. And it's just been so fun. They're just such a gift to me. They're so like, we all three have gone through this phase in our business where we just kind of like felt a little burnt out. And you guys know that happened, with 2017, 2018, but we all have this super epic fire in our bellies to move forward. And so it's really, really cool to be able to connect with somebody that's experienced all this with you and is ready to just go balls to the wall with you and create some big epic goals. So I've been so blessed to be able to bounce ideas off of them. And Nikki is a mom of 3. She's been married to her best friend for 10 years. She's a former teacher. She's been a coach since April of 2011. She's a lifetime 10-star. She's in the Million Club, which is amazing. And she's an SC legend, 4-time elite coach. And this does not define her, but it's pretty cool that one of her personally sponsored coaches was Melanie Mitro. So listen what Nikki Minton has to say today about how challenge groups are the bread and butter of her business. And I'm going to leave it over to you, girlfriend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So please excuse my voice. And if I cough and have to blow my nose, because I have some type of sinus, head cold, upper respiratory thing going on. So I apologize, excuse me, beforehand. But I'm really honored, and I thank April for asking me to speak on this call. We had actually swapped, and I don't do team calls. I do lives in my team page. So we swapped, and she had already done mine, and I asked her, I was like, what do you want me to talk about? So she said challenge groups, because that is the bread and butter of my business. But before I get into that, I'm just going to share a little bit about me. Like April had said, I joined this company in April of 2011. I joined as a discount coach. Okay, I wanted nothing to do with selling products to my friends and family. Now, I was a mom at the time of 2 toddlers under the age of 3. My older 2 are only 17 months apart. I was a teacher. I was incredibly miserable getting into my work clothes every single day. I got pregnant with my daughter at 20 years old. So I was a very young mom, trying to raise these kids, miserable with my body. And a friend of mine had messaged me for 8 months straight, who is my coach, Katie Hefner, asking me to join. And a year prior to me joining, I had ordered P90X off of an infomercial. Yes, I was one of those people. And I did the payment plan, but I only got 4 weeks into it before I quit. And it wasn't that I didn't have support at home, because I did. My husband was very supportive. My parents were supportive. It was the fact that my kids were upstairs crying. And I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, why am I doing this to my kids? My kids are upstairs crying. They need me. But my mind shifted when I became a coach. So anyways, my coach had messaged me for 8 months straight. She knew I had P90X, but she also knew that I was a new mom and I needed that energy. So finally, she had posted about somebody losing 10 pounds. And I think that morning I might have gone to work and I was like, oh my gosh, I hate this. Like, I hate how I'm feeling. And she posted at the right time, or it was that I saw it at the right time. But somebody had lost 10 pounds doing a cleanse. And I was like, all right, I'm in. Like, what do I need to do? I need to sign up as a discount coach for the discount, because I'm already living above my means. As a teacher in the inner city, you don't make much. I mean, my husband is in law enforcement. I was living way above my means. And I was even putting groceries on a credit card. Like, that's how much above my means I was living. And so I told her that I needed the discount. I wasn't able to afford it. And I didn't want to actually coach. As long as I didn't have to coach, I was in. That night, I put it on a credit card and didn't tell my husband until it came in. It came, and I started the day that my shake came. I started P90X since I had it and Shakeology. And 2 weeks in, my coach had added me to a support group. And 2 weeks in, I was a changed person. I was feeling better. I had more energy to run around with my kids after work. I was, fitting into my clothes better after 2 weeks of just simply drinking the shake and working out. And that's literally all I changed at first. I'm a big foodie. I love food. I love sweets. And so you tell me that I can't have those, and I'm going to say, okay, then I'm not doing it. And so that was one thing that I needed, was just the Shakeology in my life. And then I slowly changed my nutrition, and I used this support group as my lifeline because they didn't know me. They didn't know how ignorant I was to not knowing anything about health. Like, I really thought that healthy eating and clean eating was eating a salad. But in my mind, a salad was with ranch dressing and cheese and croutons and all of the fixings, So this support group was the life of me. This is what got me the results that I needed. So the 2 weeks into, when I started feeling like a different person, is when I messaged my coach and I was like, okay, tell me how I can get people involved, because I need to tell every single mom out there about this. I need them all to feel like I do. And so that was the start of what has built over the last 8 years. And I truly believe that I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for that challenge group that I was in. Because there were these people that had no idea who I was, but they were answering my simple questions of how to make oatmeal. Like, legit, that was one of the questions that I asked in this group, and they answered it. And they didn't make me feel like I was stupid for asking that question. Because when you change your lifestyle, you're changing everything. And something as simple as making oatmeal, if that's a question, or how to steam vegetables, like, it was something so simple that made me feel so huge, like it just grew my heart. And so that's what my business has been based on from day one. And that was all about getting challengers in. And so I'm going to give you 5 things that I do in my challenge groups that keep my challengers coming back for more and wanting to get into my groups every single month, and also help them get the results that they see. Now, like I said, I'm not a huge recruiter. Like, I'm not to recruit to my business. I'm not a huge numbers person, like maybe 4 a month, maybe 5 a month. Those were probably my top numbers of having coaches come into my personally sponsored coaches as the most in the last 8 years, like maybe 5 coaches a month. But my numbers for challengers coming in, getting results, and transferring to coaches is a lot larger. So the number one thing that I do, for my challenge groups is I'm in the trenches with my challengers. I may not be doing the same exact program as them. Now, let me just go back on that a little bit. I have different challenge groups running. I do the app and I do Facebook. I focus on what's launching. So right now I have a Transform 20 group, but I also have a group for people that just want to do any program. So the Transform 20 will stay open all year. So anyone that does Transform 20, they will go into that group and all of the content's in it. The group I started this month is any program. So anyone that joins will go into that group, and they will both stay open all year. And I will just add people, but I post every single day. And I will go over exactly what I post. So I'm in the trenches with them. I'm working out every single day with them. I am drinking Shakeology every single day. I'm posting about it. I'm being a product of the product, and I'm sharing that with my challengers. If I have a hard time doing a workout, I tell them. I ask them to tell me if they're having a hard time. But no matter what, I'm in the trenches with them every single day. If my calendar has a rest day, I take that rest day. If my calendar has a workout day, I'm working out. So being in the trenches and being a product of the product with them is probably the number one thing that shows them that I'm real and I'm not just somebody that's going to tell them what to do. I'm going to show them and I'm going to do it with them. So that is number one. Being a product of the product, it is one of our vital behaviors. We have to do it anyways, right? That is one thing that's going to grow our business and give us success because we're showing people that our products do work. But it's also showing our challengers that no matter where we are on our journey as a coach, we're still doing the same thing that they are doing as they are starting. Number two is I journal every single day, whether it is Transform 20, that tracker is amazing. If you're doing To Be Mindset, that's amazing. Some type of journal. Here's mine. Okay. It's just a notebook. And every day I journal how my workouts go, what I struggled with, exactly what's in the Transform 20 tracker, but I have a whole page filled with whatever struggles I had, what tips I want to, share with my challengers. I star them so that I know where my challengers are probably at on day 4 or on day 2 or week 3 of the program. So I know what they're struggling with because I was struggling with it. So I can help them when they're struggling or when they don't show up in a challenge group. I can message them and say, hey, you're probably tired. You're probably sore. But guess what? I know you're going to get up tomorrow and you're going to do it and you're going to push through and you're going to feel so much better. So journaling my journey helps me understand where my challengers are. So if I, now that I've gone through Transform 21 and I'm going through the hybrid right now, I can message my challengers that are just starting Transform 20 and say, okay, on day 5, you are probably super sore and you don't want to work out because that's where we are on day 4 and 5 of any new program. We're sore, our body's fatigued, we're tired, we aren't sure about this clean eating, our body's adjusting. If it's your first time drinking Shakeology, their body's probably adjusting to that and they're probably going to the bathroom more than normal. So we want to talk to them about those things, right? So if we're journaling our journey, they're going to know exactly where we are going to know exactly where they are in that journey. So that's number 2. Number 3 is my timeline of what I post every single day. And I have a theme every single day. Monday is motivate. Tuesday is inspire. Wednesday is a challenge. Thursday is a tip. Friday is failure. Saturday is stats. Sunday is check-in. And what do I post on those days? It can be anything that falls into that category. So Monday, and I have some notes jotted down on things that I post just so that I can make sure that I give you all of the information on these. Monday's motivation. It can be a quote. It can be a saying. It can be whatever got you out of bed that day. Because I know when I started my journey, and as a challenger and as a coach, sometimes I had to look up on Google motivational quotes just to get my workout in because I really didn't want to. So your challengers may be feeling that same exact way. You may be feeling that same way. So if you look up a image on Google, share it in your group. So never miss a Monday. Something along those lines to motivate them to get going, to get moving, even though they don't want to, especially if they had a long weekend or if they binged over the weekend. Normally you don't want to work out on Monday. You talk to them about that. Talk about on Mondays, talk about why your group is the best, why this support and why participation is key in your group. You're going to motivate them. That can be in the beginning, and these aren't in any order. I usually talk about expectations and what I expect from them out of the groups and why our groups are great and why participation is key. I talk about that all in the beginning. But I was just writing down these notes while I was putting my son to bed. And what you're most proud of, like what part of your journey are you most proud of? And ask them to share the same thing. Ask them, and this usually is during the end of the group of the month. And I just ask them, like, what is the one thing that you're most proud of through this journey? Like, what is that one thing that Maybe you couldn't do a push-up. Maybe, you couldn't eat a vegetable and now you're doing it. Something that is to just kind of have them congratulate themselves and celebrate themselves. Day 2 is inspire. This is inspiring with your results, other results from any specific program that they may be doing, sharing some type of shout out of somebody in the group that has logged their workouts. With the app, you can see how many workouts they've logged, how many Shakeologies. Shout them out. If you see somebody commenting on most of the posts, shout them out for that. Shout them out for, celebrating other people in the group. Sharing your why, asking that, or sharing your journey. If you've been a coach for a while and you've done several programs, share that with them. Share your journey from the beginning to where you are now. Ask them why they started. Ask them what inspires them to be here or push themselves. Just like we as coaches ask our new coaches what our why is, and we are asked what our why is. Ask your challengers too, because they all have a reason on why they joined you. And having that, and I usually ask this in the beginning because that helps me push them. So when they don't want to show up, I can message them and say, hey, I remember why you started. Do you remember? Because here it is. So let's go back to that. On Wednesdays, I do a challenge, whether it is a water challenge and sharing their water cups, a fancy Shakeology cup, like make your Shakeology and put it in a fancy wine glass, or a fancy cup. What is your fanciest cup? And I do like little drawings for them. A few other ones that I do are a partner challenge. Grab a partner and do your workout. Take a picture, share it. Whoever shares will get put into a drawing. A sweaty selfie challenge. Whoever shares a recipe, they get put into a drawing. And when I do drawings, they are the most simple things ever. It can be a packet of Shakeology. It can be a packet of Energize. It can be a beach bar. It can be a shaker cup. You can get 6 Shakeology shaker cups for $10. Like, you can't beat that. So it can be something so simple, but who doesn't love prizes? Who doesn't love winning something, right? I do. I love winning stuff. I love giving gifts, but I also love getting them, right? So these challenges are getting them to participate. It's getting them to interact, and it's getting them excited about showing up every single day. Thursdays are tip Thursdays. This can be anything under the sun that has helped you on your journey. And this is where that journal comes into play, so that you can look back and say, okay, week 1, what was the biggest thing that helped me get through that week? Week 2, what was the biggest thing that helped me get through that week? And share that tip. There are so many things that you can share. Something as simple as the perfect form for a push-up. Share a video from YouTube. It can be something as how much water they're supposed to be drinking. If you go on the Beachbody website, the blog, you can share something from there. It's not like you need to be an expert in any of this. We have the resources to share the information. Use them. Also, the challenge group guides, there's always tips and motivation. You can literally grab the guide from the multi-group guide or whatever. I don't know what exactly it's called anymore, but it's the multi-program group guide, challenge group guide. Take that and use those tips throughout your challenge group, because this is content you don't have to create, but it's also created by experts, people that know their stuff. So it can simply be that. Anything that is going to give them free value, to know that when they sign up with you and they join your challenge groups, they're going to get more out of it than just working out and drinking their Shakeology every day. They're going to get results, but they're also going to join a community that really cares about them and them succeeding. And then Friday is Failure Friday. And I know it's like, oh, let's end the week on a bad note, but it's really not that. It's all about sharing the failures you've seen in your past journey, or whatever you failed at, whether it was you ate a piece of chocolate this week and you felt like a failure. Talk about that. share how you're a real person on this journey. Ask them what they felt like they failed at this week. If they missed a workout or they're behind, they're going to start sharing those things when they see that you're sharing yours as well, so that you can tell them that they're not a failure for missing a workout. Just because they're a day behind doesn't mean they're a failure, because some people take failure as something as simple as missing a workout, and then they feel like they have to start all over. No, they can just be a day behind us, right? So asking those things helps them kind of break down those walls of fear and not really knowing what to share. Or if they are a day behind, they feel like, okay, well, I can't post my selfie tomorrow because I'm a day behind them. No, it's okay. But sharing that you've failed in your journey is key. Again, this is where you go back to your journal. You had your struggles, share those with them. And then also answering their struggles. So say one week you share your failure, your struggles with them. And then the next week you ask what they are. And then the next week can be simply answering their struggles, like things and tips on ways to overcome that fear, so they continue to break down those walls and those barriers that they're holding up from you. That Saturday is pretty self-explanatory. They share their stats, you share your stats. You can do a drawing again to get more people to share their stats. I have found that when I give a shaker cup away, they are more prone to sharing their side-by-sides day 1 to day 7 every single week. It's a shaker cup, literally a shaker cup, but it brings them so much joy because, one, we're drinking Shakeology, right? Now a lot of the challenge packs come with a shaker cup, but who doesn't need more? I have a whole cupboard, a whole shelf filled with shaker cups and a whole box that I can't even open up and use because I have no space for them. So shaker cups are awesome gifts and prizes because it's going to get them to participate more. And then check-in Sunday. This is one of those ones where you can do anything here. It can simply be a recap of their week. It can be something as simple as you just sharing something fun you did on your rest day. You went for a walk with your family. If you played with your kids. If you got extra energy and you went for a walk outside by yourself, or you went for a massage, whatever it may be, something to just share that, hey, even though today's a rest day, I did this to be active. Or I took full advantage of a rest day and I sat on the couch and I watched TV all day and it felt amazing because I know I'm going to kick butt tomorrow. Whatever it is, those check-ins are very vital to my challenge groups for the simple fact that I need to make sure that they are staying and showing up every single day. One day off for some of my people is like a month off, because the people that I bring in are people that love food. So if they have a bad day on Saturday, they're not going to check in on Sunday, but I'm going to message them on Sunday if they don't check in. So that's one of the types of things. You need to know the people you're bringing in. You need to know who they are, why they're here. And if they have a pinpoint of a struggle, which weekends are hard for a lot of people that like to go out and party and, celebrate, and food is comfort, you need to check in with those people. So those are the themes that I have every single week. And then the fourth tip that I have is, if you feel that you aren't ready to run a challenge group like this, or you don't have time to run a challenge group like this, number one, you can schedule your posts in the app. I don't know if you guys use the app. You can schedule your posts in there. So you can even do it in Facebook, but the app saves your post. So if you're running several challenge groups, one every single month, you have all of your posts in the app already. All you have to do is copy and schedule. Super simple. But Facebook, you can also schedule posts. So if you know that you don't have time every single day, take one day a week and post them. Schedule your post, but make sure and so let me finish going on to that. If you don't feel like you have time and scheduling is just not something that you think you can do, or you don't feel like you are certified enough, because I hear a lot of coaches like, I just don't have enough people, or I don't feel like I can do it all on my own. Join forces. Something that I have done in the past, and I like to do now when my new coaches come in, we do, you do. method. So the first month I will run their challenge group for them. They bring in their people and I just run it. And they get to watch how I run my challenge group. The second month, we do it together. They get days that they post, I get days that I post, and we just run it together. The third month, I'm still in their group with them, but they are running it themselves. And it gives them that idea of, okay, so if this person's not commenting, or if this person's not posting, how does she react to that? How does she help them? How does she get them to post? Participation is something that we want in our challenge groups, right? Because more participation, the more results. So tip number 5 is doing the assignments with our clients. So whatever you're posting, if you're asking them to share something with you, share yours too. Share your sweaty selfie, share your workouts, share the things that you're asking them to do, because that's going to help them do it too. They're going to see, oh, okay, she really is working out. She doesn't just say she is. I share video clips all the time. They can go to my Facebook, and everything that they see on my Facebook, they're going to see in my group, because I am real. I'm there. I'm in the trenches with them. I'm doing it with them. Commenting and posting, or commenting on every single post or every single comment is another thing that's going to continue to get that participation up, because it's helping them understand that they're being celebrated. Whether it is a simple comment of, I got my workout done. Yes, I'm proud of you. It really doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's simple words that show them that you care, that they are there. And so those are the 5 tips that have truly helped me become successful in my business, because like I said, challenge groups are my bread and butter. And these things have helped me over the last 8 years continue to run challenge groups every single month and have people come in and come back every single month, because they love the atmosphere and love the community of what not only I bring, but everyone that's in the group brings. So does anyone have any questions?
I do. Really quick. So when you do kind of we seem to have a lull, how do you pull your challengers out of this lull of just not participating, not posting? Because I'm trying not to get frustrated because I run a challenge group with another coach. So, I feel like there's plenty of people in there. It should be fired up. But I just feel lost in how to get it back to the energy that I want it to be at.
So the first thing that I do is I pick a day, whether it is, whatever the weakest day is for people commenting, I go and I privately message them. So a lot of times for me, it's Friday, because I don't sit down at my computer, but I can actually go in on my phone and see, just basically just send a message to all of my challengers, and it'll go separate. So I just send them a message. Hey, how are you? What's going on? I haven't seen you post in the group. And I talk to them one-on-one. If they ignore me, I know something's up, so I will text them, because we have their phone numbers, right? Hey, I noticed you haven't been participating in the group, and I sent you a message on Facebook, but you didn't see it. What's going on? How are you? What can I do to help? Simply letting them know that you do truly care about them. That is the biggest thing, because we are in this business to change lives. And these people are trusting us with their physical fitness. It's not all physical. This is a mental and emotional challenging, every fitness program is mentally and physically challenging. And if they had a fail day, they might move back and they may feel like they failed you. So when you reach out to them and show them that you do truly care, that shows them, oh, okay, wait, maybe I didn't fail her. This is all on me. And maybe they'll open up to you. They may completely ignore you, but continue to comment on everyone else's post. And if there is something that is posted and you feel like this person could, really benefit from, tag them in it.
Okay.
I love that. This was so good, Nikki. Seriously, I loved all of your tips so much.
Good. I'm glad it was valuable, because like I said, there are some times where I have challengers that don't show up. But the more that I reach out to them, even if it is privately, I know that they're okay. And that's what keeps me going, because that's what we're here for. And to make sure that my challengers are getting results, I'm winning, right?
Right. Yeah. And you know what too is like, I can't iterate it enough. Like I have my assistant now. She sends out weekly emails, and then she also on like every Tuesday, she just sends a message to my challengers from the last 4 weeks. And she's like, hey girl, it's your weekly check-in on a scale from 1 to 10. Where has your nutrition been? Where has your workouts been? How can I help you? She never ever responds, but she starts that message so that then I can respond. If this is something you have time to do, I encourage you to do it, because the more that you can connect one-on-one with your challengers, the better it's going to be. But also, as you grow in your business, there's nothing wrong with outsourcing things as long as you are the cheerleader, the person. You never want to outsource yourself in being that actual coach. But I do like to point out too that if you ever feel like, oh, I can't just add anything else to my plate, well, we can share some virtual assistants with you that are pretty reasonable for literally, even if you just paid somebody an hour of work a week for you, could really take some stuff off your plate. So we like to point that out too. But like Nikki said, just that extra communication and checking in with people makes people all the more willing to engage in your groups. In terms of giveaways, Nikki, you do just simple things like shake samples and energize samples then? Is that mostly what you're doing?
Yeah, so I do. Sorry. So on my weekly challenges are literally just a packet of Energize or Hydrate or Beach Bars, whatever I have on hand. Sometimes it's Daily Sunshine. Sometimes it's a different flavor of Shakeology. Whatever I have on hand. And then on my Saturday stats, it's usually a shaker cup.
Cool. Awesome. And are those like just the regular Beachbody Shakeology shaker cups?
I've changed it up. I get them from Blender bottle, and then I have a girl the same girl that does my Success Club shakers. Yeah. She made me some like extra ones that have like positive motivation on them, and
I love that. Okay, I'll have to get with you to share your girl, because that's a good idea.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Any other questions for Nikki before we let her go, guys? So,
and if anyone has questions after this, feel free to send them my way.
Okay. I took a picture, so I'll share it with everyone, but this was such good content, and I have just loved so much just, being able to pick your brain on a regular basis, and you're one of my new favorite people ever. So thank you so much for taking the time. And Nikki was like, oh, I don't do like 8:30. So,
this is bedtime. I get up at 5:00, but no, I'm open to whatever I can do to help. Like I said, I love having my challengers get results. So if I can share with other people to get more of their challengers results, I will do it in a heartbeat.
Well, we love you, and thank you so much for taking the time away from your sleep. I'll share the screenshot so you can add to your stories. I already posted it in our team page. But thank you so much for sharing everything, and so excited for what's to come for you. So, all right, bye guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Good night, everyone.